Stop letting tiny birds eat big money. Here's what they don't tell you. Quail can beat chickens on speed to cash. If you've ever wondered whether those little speckled eggs can actually pay the feed bill, this is your blueprint. I'm going to show you exactly how to turn a small quail setup into steady income. Table eggs that chefs and home bakers love, hatching eggs and day-old chicks that sell out in spring, meat birds that finish fast on pre-order, breeding trios for new keepers, compost that gardeners will line up for, and even feathers for fly tying and crafts. You'll learn which breeds to start with, how to price without guessing, who actually buys, and a clean 30-day plan to land your first sale. Stick around because I'll also show you the quiet mistake that eats profit with quail and the tiny fix that changes everything. Picture this. Sam lives in a small backyard with nosy neighbors and no space for a rooster that screams at sunrise. Chickens were a no, so Sam tried Coturnix quail. 8 weeks after hatch, the hens started laying. By week 9, Sam had a steady trickle of eggs. Spotted, cute, and surprisingly rich. A local cafe tested them in a salad special, then asked for a weekly delivery. A home baker messaged for two 18-packs every Saturday. Sam added a small incubator and sold day-old chicks to 3 families. Same tiny birds, same tiny space, but now the feed bag basically paid itself. That's the shift I want for you. From fun hobby to calm cash flow. First, let's pick your money lanes. You do not need to do everything at once. 2 strong lanes beat 5 messy ones. Lane 1 is eggs. Quail hens, especially Coturnix, also called Japanese quail, can start laying around 6 to 8 weeks old, and with 14 to 16 hours of light and good feed, they can produce well over 200 eggs a year. Their yolks are larger in proportion to the white, which is why chefs say quail eggs taste richer and look fancy on plates. You'll package in 12, 15, or 18 packs and sell to home cooks, bakers, and small cafes. Keep them clean, chilled, and labeled with the date. In many places, you can sell eggs from your farm gate with simple rules, but always check your local guidelines first. Lane 2 is hatching eggs and day-old chicks. Spring demand is real. A good breeding ratio for Coturnix is 1 male to 4 or 5 females for solid fertility. Incubation takes about 17 to 18 days. If you set eggs each week in season, you can have hatching eggs ready every few days and chicks ready every weekend. Your buyers are backyard keepers with tight spaces, teachers running classroom projects, and homesteaders who want fast eggs without chicken drama. Lane 3 is meat. Coturnix can reach a nice table weight quickly, often in 8 weeks or less, which is exactly why restaurants and hunters like them. Use deposits and pre-orders, so you're not feeding longer than planned. Follow your local processing rules, and be crystal clear with customers about pickup timing and what cuts you're offering. Lane 4 is breeding stock and started birds. New keepers will happily pay for healthy, sexed juveniles or proven breeding trios so they can skip the brooder stage. This lane pays in bigger chunks, and it pairs well with your hatching program. Lane 5 is everything else that adds up. Composted bedding for gardeners, feathers for crafters, and short farm experiences for families who want to hold a baby quail for a photo. None of these replace eggs or chicks, but together they pay for grit, labels, cartons, and coffee. Now the setup that keeps money and birds happy. Quail are simple when you respect 3 things: dry floors, fresh air, and clean water. Plan around about a square foot per adult bird to keep stress low. Draft-free housing with hardware cloth, a solid roof, and tight latches will save you from the raccoon that has a PhD in locks. A small dust bath keeps feathers clean and boredom down. Keep a feeder that doesn't spill everywhere and water deep enough for bills, but not bodies. For laying, Give 14 to 16 hours of light. For rest, back it down in winter if you prefer to give the birds a break and let price reflect seasonality. Feed is not a place to wing it. Quail do best on higher protein than chickens. Think 24 to 28% for chicks, game bird starter, and around 18 to 20% for layers, with free choice calcium for hens. Clean water always. If eggshells get thin, check calcium and hydration first. If laying dips hard in heat, add shade and cool water. If it dips in cold, check light and wind. If you're incubating, keep it boring and consistent. Clean eggs, pointy end down in trays, about 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit, in a forced air incubator, moderate humidity for the first 14 to 15 days, then increase humidity and stop turning for lockdown until hatch at day 17 to 18. A simple candle check around day 10 helps you toss clears. Warm the brooder before hatch day, about 95 degrees Fahrenheit the first week, dropping around 5 degrees Fahrenheit each week as chicks feather. Use paper towels on top of wire or non-slip mat for the first few days so tiny legs don't splay. Quail chicks are escape artists, cover gaps you didn't even know existed. Let's talk numbers so your brain can relax. Say you run a small laying group of 20 hens. At a conservative average of 4 eggs per hen per week across a full year, allowing for slowdowns, you're sitting on roughly 80 eggs weekly, pack in 20 count boxes, and you have 4 packs a week. If your market supports a fair price per pack that covers feed, cartons, and your time, that's steady, boring income every Saturday. Add a single incubator turning out, say, 40 chicks every other week in spring at a modest price per chick, and suddenly your feed is paid with margin left for upgrades. This is not a buy a yacht plan. It's a buy the feed, the phone bill, and a weekend away plan that fits a small yard. Who actually buys? Chefs who want a pretty egg on a plate. Home bakers who love the richer yolk. Parents planning brunches and birthday snacks. Backyard keepers who want starter birds. Science teachers who need a spring hatch. Gardeners who want hot compost. Fly tying and craft people who want clean feathers. Raw feeder pet owners who buy quail as part of a diet for dogs and reptiles. Only if that market exists and you're comfortable with it. Chin, your job is to speak their language in one sentence at a time. Rich quail eggs for weekend brunch. Fertile eggs set Friday. Pick up today. Day-old chicks every Saturday morning. Composted quail bedding ready for spring beds. Now let's introduce the problem that trips most new quail businesses. It's not predators or feed prices, though those matter, it's drift. Drift is saying yes to every breed and every request until you're running too many cages, washing too many little waterers, and promising eggs, chicks, meat, compost, tours, and feather packs all at once. Drift eats time, invites mistakes, and turns your calm side hustle into a stress machine. The fix is tiny and firm. Pick 2 products for the next 60 days and run those like clockwork. Everything else waits. Here's how we develop a simple offer that actually sells. First, write your one-page menu. Keep it human. Quail table eggs, 18-pack collected today. Farm pickup Saturdays, 10 to 12. Hatching eggs, set Thursday night. Pick up Friday morning for best hatch. Day-old chicks, pick up Saturday at 9 a.m. Bring a warm box. Started trios, sexed Coturnix, 8 weeks old. Local pickup by appointment. Add 1 line about how you raise your birds, clean, shaded, predator safe, and 1 line about deposits for chicks or trios. That's it. No long essays, clear beats clever. Next, set prices with napkin math instead of anxiety. Add feed and bedding per bird per week. Divide by average eggs. Then add cartons, labels, and a fair slice for your time. That's your floor for eggs. For hatching eggs, price higher than table eggs because fertility is value. For day olds, include the cost of electricity, starter, bedding, and your time at 6 a.m. Teaching babies how to drink. For started birds, charge for the weeks you fed and cared for them. For meat, include processing and packaging. You are not selling tiny eggs. You are selling convenience, taste, and trust. Price so you can keep going without hating your phone. Quality is your quiet brand. Collect eggs twice a day so heat doesn't beat them up. Chill them fast. Don't wash unless required. And if you do, follow your local rules and use the right temps. Keep cartons clean and labels simple with date and storage. For hatching eggs, pick the best shells and shapes. Never ship cracked or dirty, and pack like a museum piece. Bubble, padding, and clear fragile notes. For chicks, give a printed care sheet with brooder temperature, feed, and water tips. For started birds, send them off clean and calm in a ventilated box. There's your 5-star review right there. Marketing doesn't need a billboard. It needs proof and a smile. Post a single photo of today's eggs in morning light with a short caption. Collected at 7 a.m., pickup window 10 to 12. Text the same photo to the café manager who said maybe last week. Email the science teacher with hatch ready for your classroom. Available Friday. Print one simple sign for your gate with your pickup window so neighbors don't knock at 9 p.m. If you want a tiny push, make a Google business profile so people searching quail eggs near me can find you. Let's put it all into a 30-day sprint you can copy. Week 1, set your lane and your numbers. If eggs are first, aim for 2 reliable 18 packs a week at the start. If hatching is first, collect the best eggs and set your incubator with the calendar already marked for hatch day. Clean your setup, check your predator defenses, and make your labels and care sheets now, not after orders come in. Week 2, open the smallest pre-order you've ever seen. 5 18 packs this Saturday. First come, first served, or 20-day-old chicks this Saturday at 9 a.m. Deposit to hold. Cap it. Scarcity keeps you sane and reliable. Package beautifully and on time. If you're selling to a cafe, show up 5 minutes early with eggs chilled and invoice simple. Week 3, add your second lane. If you started with eggs, add hatching eggs. If you started with chicks, add table eggs. Keep the same pickup window every week and so people build the habit. Flip your compost so it's cooking for spring. Week 4, follow up. Text the chef, how did the eggs perform? And ask for one line you can quote. Message the chick buyers, how are the babies? And offer feed tips. Post one photo of your clean brooder and one photo of your calm adult pen. That's your whole marketing plan. You will hit snags. A hen will stop laying in a heat wave. A hatch will run late. A predator will test your fence. A buyer will ghost. You are not failing. You're ranching small birds. Add shade cloth. Add locks. Raccoons can't flip. Require deposits for anything that lives. Build 5 minutes of forgiveness into every pickup window, and then close the gate. Calm boundaries are your best friend. Let's talk breeds quickly so you don't get lost. For speed and simplicity, start with Coturnix. They're quiet, fast to lay, good for beginners, and come in many colors. Button quail are adorable but too tiny to be a business base. Bobwhite and other game quail can work in certain regions, but they come with different rules and longer timelines. Start easy. When your system hums, experiment if you want. If you want to serve chefs, learn their language. They care about consistency, cleanliness, and delivery time. They will love that Quail eggs plate beautifully and cook fast. They hate cracked cartons and late texts. Offer a simple contract for weekly standing orders with an agreed substitution plan if a week runs light. Bring a clean invoice and step out of the kitchen fast. If they love you, they will tell the cafe down the street. That is pure gold. If your buyers are parents and home cooks, talk about taste and fun. Give a one-line boil method that actually works. Quail eggs cook quickly, and overcooked whites get rubbery. Share a simple pickling recipe if your local rules allow value-added foods from your kitchen. If not, point them to a recipe and sell the eggs only. Keep everything honest. If your buyers are new keepers, be their calm guide. Explain brooder temps. Show them how to dip a chick's beak in water, and remind them that quail need secure housing because almost everything outdoors sees a quail as a snack. Your kindness turns into repeat business for feed, more chicks, and started trios later. Here's the key moment, the switch that turns cute birds into quiet business. Put your menu on one page and tape it to your fridge. Eggs, hatching eggs, day olds, started trios, 2 prices, 2 pickup times, 1 contact method. Every message you send points people back to that page. Every decision runs through that page. If a request doesn't fit, you say, "Not this month," and you keep your sanity. That single page kills drift. Let's land the plane. Quail make money because they are the sprinters of the poultry world. They hatch in under 3 weeks, lay in 2 months, and turn feed into eggs fast. In a small space, with a clean routine, you can offer table eggs, hatching eggs, chicks, meat, and compost without a barn or a rooster that wakes the street. The work is not glamorous. It's small, steady habits. Collect, chill, label, deliver, repeat. Price with math, not nerves. Protect your time with a tiny menu and a firm pickup window. Speak to each buyer group in their words. And when something goes sideways, fix it fast and write it down so it doesn't bite you twice. If that sounds like the kind of calm side income you want, start this week. Choose 2 products. Set the incubator or set the pickup window. Post 1 clean photo with 1 honest sentence. Deliver on time. Ask for 1 line you can quote. Do that 4 weeks in a row, and you'll feel the difference in your feed bill and your shoulders.